Hi, beanies.
It's so bright in here today. I didn't think they needed it.
Hello, Neeners. And they've already peed on this. Great, great. You guys are great. Let's change it real quickly, puppies. Oh, my. I don't want to sit and pee. That's my issue. You know, that's unreasonable of me. Doopy, 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 doo. Whoa, drag you over there.
Puppy.
Vicious. Vicious. Hey, Michelle. Look at oh, come on, Deadly.
Did you not hear her growl?
I did hear her growl. But I have a puppy on. I'm good. Could you come?
Come here, puppy.
Come here.
I think it's Mossy.
That was Mossy. Hi, beanies. They're like, hello. Yeah.
Hi, Alabella.
Hello, babies.
Give me some water.
Why does everybody need to be immediately under my feet? Look at them.
They're like,
Because we love you. Okay, let's move everybody over here so I can sit down without being... Could we please? No, I think you're missing the point. Well, come over here, Beanie. There you go, Jenna. And you too, Mossy. Okay, here we go. Oh, they are very happy to see me. They're like, where have you been? I said hello to them earlier. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today? They're like, where have you been? Well, apparently Sadie laid at the front door whining for me the whole time I was gone. Hello? Hello, Vicious. How are we all? Hey, Biggie. How are you? How is everybody? Let's turn on. Ow, ow, ow. I'm being bitten by a deadly puppy. Oh, ouch. Ooh, ow, ow. Oh, so vicious. I know, right? I did say I was going to take her, but then I had to take the because I had to put work in the dog truck, so I couldn't take it. So I had to. Are you pooping? Or are you peeing? Okay. So because I had to put work in the dog truck, I took the Mini instead, and there wasn't room. There wasn't room, and she didn't get to go. She said that was very sad. She said that was very. What happened? To fall down? What happened, beanies? Look at you. Look at you, good puppies. They said we are the best puppies. These are Nova Scotia Duck-Tolling Retriever puppies. Ow, 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 Vicious. Oh, ow, I'm dying. Why for you bite me with your real teeth now? Why for you bite me? They said, because we can't. Look at him. Look at him. Arr. Well, she was just in the bathroom getting the dog food, so, you know. Hello. I do have the best job. It is a good life. Hello, rawr, rawr, what are you doing, rawr? Mossy.
Mossy, you're rude.
Listen to her.
And she's bad.
Well, no worse than Jenna. Jenna does the same thing. They are so happy I'm here. Are you guys happy I'm here? Did you miss me?
I haven't seen you all day.
They said, we have not seen you since early this morning.
We were stuck with
With Sweet Tea. Were you stuck with Sweet Tea the whole time? They said we were.
What are you doing? Ooh.
Look at
Look at you. Ooh. I got the leg going.
Rawr, rawr, vicious puppies. Oh my. Hey CJ, how are you?
We really shouldn't be encouraging that.
No, you know what? I don't worry about it, buddy, because they won't be doing it before they leave. You know, I mean, this is just normal for them. I don't worry about it.
I know.
I can't expect perfection at 3.5 weeks. And we will start formula again tomorrow. We'll give it another try. They're older now, and I think they'll be ready for it. Older. They're 4 days older. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. What are you doing? How many with no face markings? 3. This one, 2. This one has a mark. This one has a tiniest bit. Okay. What are you doing? And then I'm over here. I want to get. No, you do not need that. It might be time to pull that out, isn't it? Oh my God! What are you two doing over here? They're like nothing. Look at them. They're like nothing. We not doing nothing. We good puppies. Could you not? He says, maybe I could, but what's the fun in that? And I have so much footage of them that I need to edit. I know. Hello. Oh, hello. Are you Victor? I'll bet you are Victor. Victor says, I am Victor. He says, I am Victor. Hey, Blue Raccoon. I know. Victor doesn't have a... Victor has, like, 5 hairs. I think Victor and Mossie's barely count. What? What are you doing, Vicious? Oh, my gosh. Oh, they definitely have teefies. Do you have teefies? Let's see. Let's show everybody your big, vicious teethers. Said, look, we have real teeth now. You guys are ready for formula.
Ellie's like, yes, please.
I know. Ellie's like, yes, please. No, no.
Ellie, it's okay.
Oh, that's terrible, Blue Raccoon. Could you not? We don't play with that. Where are some of the toys? Where are the toys? Here. Play with this. Play with that. Play with that. Where's the rope toy? Can you stand up and hand it to me? It's right on the table. I don't leave the rope toy with them. When are they moving out? So, they had to go. That's far better, isn't it? And they're like, I don't know. Don't know. They're fine, Ellie. They're in and out of the whelping box at this point. So, I'm thinking I'm going to pick the pig rail up because she doesn't sleep with them. I'm going to pick the pig rail up and let them go back and forth this weekend. And they're going to try mush tomorrow. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What? I love you. I love you too. I love you too. What was that? What was that? Echo's like, leave me be. I mean, yeah, they'll start playing on both sides of the box. And then they'll be in both sides of the box probably for another week with some visits outside. And then they are super cute. Yes, Mama is over there. Only rear dew claws. But, like, I didn't have any rear dew claws on this litter. We don't get many of them. Frank did not get ducks, but Frank was swimming. And that was really good. What are we doing? And I think everybody's starting to pee in one spot. Oh, that's disgusting. Did you pee on those toys? No, you didn't pee on that one. Okay. Oh, that is good. What are we doing? They can have them. A lot of them don't. Would you like to go over there then? They're like, we would like to hop over, please. Are you going to leave me? They're like, we might leave you. Oh my. That's a lot of complaints there, babies. Frank is down with a friend of mine working on some retrieving skills, working on swimming, because Frank has not been the boldest swimmer. Because he went into the water once that was deep with vines and weeds, and it freaked him out. But he's been improving every time, and I thought that was going to be her biggest challenge, and we got him. And so it was his biggest challenge, but we got him in the water and swimming today. It was great. I had a dog who had horrible rear dew claws, like they hung loose. So when he was a rescue. When I got his hips x-rayed, I had those dew claws taken off. Ow, 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 ow. Who are you, Victor? Where's your mom? I'm going to send you to Florida to see her. That's what I'm going to do. Look at these teeth. Rawr. Yeah, it was very cool. I have photos and videos from that. I have so much footage that I haven't been able to turn into videos. Dew claws are...
Ellie!
You see that? Wait, could you... Okay, could you... So you have the 4 feet there, and then you see there's a claw there. That's the 5th one. That's the dew claw. And if you look at them here, they don't have, they have, it's hard to show on puppies. Give me a minute. Yeah. So this is the dew claw. That right there is the dew claw. And those are the regulars. And they have rear. What are you doing in here? Oh no, where are you going? Your mom just came over here, goofball. It's a thumbnail, yeah. Are you leaving? Are you leaving, Ellie? She said, I don't know. They smelled her. Ellie, that's rude. She goes, it's not rude. I gotta go. Yeah, we'll start. I think tomorrow they're going to be ready. See, and they're already, I need to put the box in because they're already going over there to potty. So they're starting to learn. Oh, don't lay down in all that pee. Echo, don't lay down in all the pee, please.
Did we just pee it?
Yep, and they all went and peed in the same spot. Yeah, exactly, Becky. She was like, your turn. I had them all day. What are we doing? Would you like to go over there and see people? What do you think, Jenna? Jenna says, I don't know. Maybe I could. Really? Borble. I don't know about Borbles. I know Legati keep them. And I think it's like Beauceron. What are you doing, Nor? Beauceron have to have double dew claws in the rear. I'm pretty sure they do. What are you doing over there, Neeners? They're like, we're playing. Yeah, it's about time to take the pig rail out, and that'll make moving back and forth easier. But Tollers are not supposed to have are not supposed to have rear dew claws. But so if you remove them in like 3 days, and it's super easy. Of all the puppies I've had, Carter was the only puppy who had rear dew claws, and we went up when she was 3 days old. Vet had it done in like 5 minutes. Really? What are you doing, pig boy? He said, don't judge me. He says, don't judge me. Did you really? I'm going to tell you, it's probably an Aussie mix. Almost every Toller mix is an Aussie. Look at Jenna. Hey, Caitlin, how are you? Look at the babies.
Ellie's like, what are you making them do?
Look at Ellie. She comes running when they're playing. Ow, you're biting me. She says, I know. Who are you? Of course, you're Victor. Victor's always biting me. I know. They sound vicious, don't they? But she doesn't like it. Ellie does not like growling babies. Seriously, Victor? He says, yes. Very serious. Hi, Nori. Nori, you're lovely. They're interested in the bowl. So tomorrow morning, early, we're going to start them on formula. And maybe a little bit of a slurry. And see how... What is that? What is that? Yes, I know rope toys are bad. They are... I do not leave these in the whelping box.
Ellie! Ellie!
Ellie, come on, sister. It's okay. Ellie.
Ellie!
Shh. What's going on in here?
I don't...
Ellie, come here. Ellie,
We're
here.
at the gate.
Okay.
Ellie, go to mom. Ellie, go to mom.
Colson is with you.
Ellie.
Oh, Colson's a boy. Are you hiding? Moss is like, I think that was some bullshit. I didn't like it. I hide. Over there, will lock them in here to sleep at night. I will let them go back and forth, and then at night I will put them over on this side so that they stay warm. They are walking so much more, and that's why one of the reasons I keep the box up so long, because I want to be able to preserve their body temperature at night. So the last time I talked about taking down the play yard and opening it up into the X pen right away, and my kids talked me out of it, but I think I'm going to do it this time. He's sleeping. What? What, little girl? She says, I crying. He says, I just biting. Hi, baby. Oh, yes, I know. You're so cute. Oh, you're so cute. Thank you, Danny. My son and I are alternating. I was so tired and not sleeping well down here, because it's just, you never do, that he kindly offered to sleep down here. And the puppies are really safe and stable right now, so I was willing to let him. Look at them, they're so cute. We will stay with them until they're 4 weeks old. I don't do puppy culture, and I'll tell you why. And I like puppy culture. It's a good program. It's a little too rigid for the way I raise my puppies. It's a little too rigid. It gets easier as they get older. It's too rigid for the way I raise my puppies. And it was geared towards getting puppies to come to you to demand attention and to demand and to work. It's something called manding, where they come and sit in front of you to demand that you give them treats and attention. And tollers don't need that skill. None of them are well behaved. Nori. And so that's not a behavior or personality that I want in my tollers. Yeah, I mean, there are good things in it. Can you explain rigid? Well, there are a lot of checklists, and you have to follow all the rules and do it all the way that they do it. A lot of people don't, like Interstellar is saying, I don't do it. A lot of people pick and choose from it. But it's a pretty, like, you need to do it this way. Your X pen needs to be set up this way. Your whelping box needs to be set up this way. Your pee pans need to be this way. And there's one way of doing it, and that's it. And I don't buy that. And I'm terrible with checklists. I'm just so bad with checklists. So I just don't do it. No, it's not because I have a more aloof breed. It's because if I were to teach these puppies to come and perform for you, to get you to give them food or to give them attention, they would be obnoxious, because they'd be with you every second going, look, because they're really smart. What you have to remember is puppy culture was developed by somebody who had bull terriers. Bull terriers are a very different breed, and you need to cultivate their focus on you. I don't need to cultivate that on tollers. I already get it. They come that way. Now, there are good things that they do in puppy culture that I borrow, right? Like, we make sure that we use a lot of different surfaces for them. Like, not all of it's from puppy culture, but it overlaps, right? We make sure that the puppies get a lot of surfaces to walk on, that they get a lot of sounds, that they get a lot of sensory input. Later on, I will set up some obstacle courses to force them to kind of work to find their food. So there are a lot of good things in that program. Don't get me wrong. I'm not good at lists, man. I just do all the things. I don't know how to explain it, Danny. I expose them to a million things. I stimulate them. I train them. I treat them. We do different services, different people, different puppies. We get them on a grooming table when they're young. Yeah, I think exactly. It is. It's a collection of resources, and it is really good for some people. Some people need that black and white guidance, and they thrive on it, and that's okay. I am not anti-puppy culture at all. I am anti-checklist. I am I'm anti totalitarianism. No, Hallie. I think good breeders. I think for somebody who's is breeding their first or second litter, something like puppy culture. If they don't feel like they are comfortable with what they need to do to stimulate their puppy, it can be really helpful. And I would bet that most people who do puppy culture Most people, yeah, maybe by sporting group or something, yeah. But I would bet that like Interstellar says a lot of people that do puppy culture tweak it to their own dogs. But it's only one model. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, puppy culture, when I first started in dogs a million years ago, there was the rule of 7. And the rule of 7 was that by 7 weeks of age, the puppy should have seen 7 different surfaces, had 7 different foods, 7 different sounds, 7 different people. I can't remember what all the 7s were, but they were supposed to do all of those 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. And puppy culture is a lot of that, just in a more organized way. I like Avidog. I love Avidog. I use a lot of Avidog stuff. It is not the only, but because of very good marketing, because of exceptional marketing, a lot of people think that if your puppy isn't raised by puppy culture, that they can't be a good puppy. And that's absolutely not true. That is absolutely not true. Is it good? Yes. But do you need a puppy culture puppy? Not necessarily. If I were getting a bull terrier or I was getting an Amstaff or something like that, I would want a puppy culture puppy. But do it. Anything that is not handler focused, I would want a puppy culture puppy. But these sporting dogs, I just don't think need it as much. Hello. Hello, how are you? How are you? Does that make sense? Does that answer questions about it? I don't know if that's helpful at all. Hi, Beanie. Hi, Neener. Like, I do a lot of things. My puppies will have a confidence cube that they use. They have slides. They have wobble boards. They have a little puppy hammock. They have a big swing. So all of that is stimulation, right? They have that. They have a ton of different toys. They have other dogs around that come and see them when they get older. I will let them out with some of the dogs. They are allowed to run in my backyard because I've been in this house for, how old is Sweet Tea? I've been in this house for 15, 16 years now, and there is no parvo in my backyard. And so I know, right, like I'm comfortable putting my puppies out in my backyard. And so they get on grass, they get under bushes, they get up against the fence and to climb on things. And that's all really good for them. And I have a stroller. I bought a stroller for my last litter so I can walk the puppies around and they can see things without having to put their feet on the ground. Why is everybody turning their backs to me? Kind of feel like my feelings are getting hurt. Oh, hi, babies. They're like, we missed you. I know, I missed you too. One thing I am changing for this litter is my puppies always, their baby first recall with me is always puppy, puppy, puppy. And I say it in a very high-pitched, squeaky voice. Well, and this is where breeders always learn from each other, right? Hyatt Salukis, who's on this app also, uses a whistle. So I'm going to use a whistle, and then I'm going to send a whistle home with each of the homes, so they will have started that connection and that communication. Oh, what's the matter with you? Huh? What's the matter with you, stuffy puppy? We don't need any crying. There was no crying in the whelping box. They're like, yeah, we think that's a lie. Do you think there is crying in the whelping box? Do you think there is, baby? She says, I think there is. Yeah. Hi, beanies. What are we doing? Hi. Yeah, so I found where I can bulk order whistles, so I'm going to do them and start using it. But like another thing that I do is I have a television. The puppies have a television in their room, and they start listening to fireworks and city noises and construction. And like yesterday, they listened to a jackhammer for a long time, and then they listened to a guy working metal. Look at those babies. They listen to music, everything from like Tchaikovsky to Finnish death metal. And that all helps them because these puppies, when fireworks go off, they don't care. Because I listen, it's loud too. We are not like, yeah, they will. This litter will. And I will sit outside with them because by then their outside space will be set up and we will sit outside and listen to fireworks. We don't hide from fireworks. Did you leave? He says I left. And I can, so my first litter, no, so Sadie's litter was a November puppy, and they were still puppies when they went home at 4th of July, and they didn't care. The other thing that we do is our neighborhood, I'm in this little small neighborhood, they have a 4th of July parade every year, and there's a police car that does the siren, and it's a very small parade. And there's a small little marching band, and I bring the puppies out, and we sit up in the shade away from everybody. And we sit up there and we listen to it. And I have videos or photos of the fire litter. They first heard the car and they ran to the other side of the X-Pen, but the police car. And then they're like, oh, it's okay. And they ran back to the side of the X-Pen so they could watch and see what was going on. And, and so they saw these people like who were walking the streets and yelling and cheering, and they could care less. Anything I could expose them to make them not as worried or unhappy about different things, I will. But I don't use an organized structure. Nicole Franklin went swimming today, and he jumped in the water, and he was a really good boy. He had a great day. So that was success. They are very chunky and cute. That's Jenna. That's Echo. This is Victor. Yeah, it's big fun. There's Nori, and over there behind the mat is Mossy. But don't worry, Mossy will be brought back in here. Mossy will be brought back here in just a minute. Look at that. Look at that little bitty face. She's so cute. Thanks for all the likes, shares, and follows. The puppies were very excited when I got in the box tonight because I was gone all day, and I think they missed me. But now they're tired because they are puppies and they only have so much energy. She is adorable. She's got those adorable, cute little markings. I will be keeping one puppy. I will definitely be keeping a girl. I don't know which one yet. They are 3.5 weeks old. They're doing really well. Look at those little baby feet. Look at the baby feet. Oh, we got little baby feeties. Oh, we got to trim you. And so what I will do is I do nails. They've had their nails done at least 3 times so far. And I will use a little mustache trimmer to trim their feet to start getting them accustomed to being groomed. Did they, Vivi? Oh, there you go, Echo. Oh, my God. Once they can bark, they can scream. I don't tend to hear it so much in baby puppies. I don't tend to hear it in my young puppies. No, I don't like screaming. The only dog who's allowed to scream in my house is Sadie, and even she's only allowed to scream at certain times. See, the misnomer about screaming is that it's uncontrollable and untrainable, and that's absolutely not true. Number one, not all tollers scream, right? A lot of them don't. And B, number two, they can be trained not to scream. They 110% can be trained not to scream. The only reason Sadie screams is because I let her. And like Pele will scream at squirrels and Flame will scream at squirrels. But other than that, they don't scream. Sadie is like particularly loud. Hey, Oops, how are you? Are you home from your college experience? Look how big the babies are, Oops. No, not yet? Wow. Well, I guess, right? Because they are so big. Look at them. Are you there for like a month? Oh, you're there like all summer then. That's fantastic. Do you get any like that? Look at that baby. How come Sadie can sometimes, but because Sadie is spoiled. Because Sadie is spoiled. Let me just be honest. Because Sadie is my favorite and she is spoiled. That's why. The real reason is because I'm too lazy to make her stop. Do you get college credits? Is there a preference between red? So the standard says that tollers typically have white on their head, white on their face, on their chest, on their toes, and on their tail. And that they typically have one or more of those markings. However, an otherwise plain dog of quality is not to be discounted. Or that's not exactly the language, but it's close like that. In other words, the white is part of the standard. But if a good dog has no markings, that's not to be held against them. We don't have a lot of white on our tails anymore, which is kind of sad. These puppies all have teeny bits of white. Little bitty teeny bits of white. I would like to have more. See, Jenna is perfect. Oh, stop it. You're fine. Jenna is perfect. Jenna has all of the markings, including the little bitty tail tip. I like a solid red face, too. I have no complaints about it. But Haley, Sadie doesn't scream at the line. Sadie doesn't scream in class. Sadie doesn't scream at Fast Cat. Sadie doesn't scream when she knows that she's not allowed to. She screams in the house. Should you be reading Parents with a Tail Tip? Should I be? I mean, I'm not picking the right dog. I'm not picking the dogs I breed based on marking. So would it be nice? Yes. Am I going to say, oh, I'm picking that dog because he has a tail tip? No. If I had two perfectly matched dogs, might I do that? Yes, but they'd have to be perfectly matched. What are you doing, Moss? I'll bring her in here in a minute. So, yeah. So that's why. Like, Sadie doesn't scream in the truck. She doesn't scream in her crate or at a dog show. And that's exactly right. I still might not get a tail tip. I mean, but if I had two perfectly matched dogs for what I wanted, and one had traditional markings and one did not, I might pick the traditionally marked dog just to get some white back. So the rumor is, and so we have what they call mismarks, which are dogs who have more white than is allowed in the standard. They might have white back here. They might have white around their neck, on their bodies. You know, there might be white, and that's a mismark. Mismarks are not shown. Hold on just 1 second, Oops. There are stories that people used to hold back mismarks in their kennel and breed to them to get more chrome back in their dogs. I don't know if that's true. What did you see, Oops? What did you see? No, Victoria, I'm not going to show you your son. No, I will. There he is. I try to be very forthright because there he is. You saw Saluki. Oh, that's super cool. That is super cool. Danny, I try to be very forthright. Why am I going to tell you anything but the truth? Do we think we know the puppy? No, not at all. It's entirely too early. We're only just getting glimpses of their personality. Just barely. That's cool, Oops. That is very cool. There were just barely, and I have to decide which puppy I'm keeping. I will tell the owners at 8 weeks, and around things start solidifying between 6 and 8 weeks. But honestly, from day to day, it could change. From day to day, it could change as to who I'm keeping and who I'm not. Yeah. Because they're changing so much. They go home at 10 weeks. They go home because they learn a lot from adult dogs from 8 to 10 weeks. They learn a ton from each other from 8 to 10 weeks. And we just keep socializing and getting them out. What are you looking for? I want a stable temperament always. I want a temperament. 7 weeks is too early. I want a girl that's a little forward, who's either bold or alternatively has an excellent recovery. And then I want excellent structure, and I want a good front. You're exactly right, because one of the things I was trying to correct in this litter was Ellie's front. But I don't want to lose her balance. I don't want to lose the good top line. I don't want to lose... I think I have all good heads, so that doesn't worry me. The head doesn't worry me, but we need good fronts. And right now, like, I don't mean it. When they're going. I'm coming over here to live. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. There you go. Yeah, well, in most states, the law is that you can't take them at 7 weeks anymore. We all want some front. Yeah. Well, we all want more. See, like, if this was bone, how awesome would that be if that was bone? But it's not. We're doing chest. She goes, there's my chest. But at this age, they don't have much chest bone at all. They don't have much sternum at all. But you... Hey, Rachel, how are you? This is Jenna. She's a little sassy pants. She reminds me a lot of Sadie. So this puppy will go... This girl that I'm keeping, a friend of mine who owns Sailor, one of my other dogs, is going to raise her for me. And then she'll come back and live with me to be shown and to do performance stuff. And then, you know, when she's ready for a break, she'll go back to them. And then after I breed her, she will retire with them. That is the plan. Mo, how are you? Thank you for the heart, me. They said, we so eepy. They said, we so eepy. So, happy Juneteenth to everybody who celebrates. Hope everybody had a great day. Yeah, your phone, yeah. Here's your big man. Oh, big fat boy, oh, here him is. Hum is. Ellie is a grand champion. She does not have performance titles. Because that's just not her family's jam. Rocky the sire is also a grand champion and has multiple performance titles. I don't know everything he's got. I think he's got beginner, novice, and scent work, and some pet titles, and like I think Ellie has some pet titles. So yeah. No, I don't own the sire. Rocky is Manitou's. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. And Manitou's been in Tollers for, since the breed, before the breed was in the AKC. And a good friend of mine, he's a really lovely dog with a really lovely temperament. What's the difference between your dogs and Guardian? I don't have Guardian Homes. Guardian Homes is it's a puppy mill name, right? I don't use it. Do you do more of the Okay, so hold on a second. Let me answer one question. Somebody pin Haley's question for me. I co-own all of my dogs because if one of my puppies were to wind up in the shelter system, the fact that I co-own them means that I could more easily claim them and get them back. I do not do Guardian Homes. I am sharing this puppy with Sailor's owners because they want another dog. They are happy to raise her for me, but she will still be my dog. And they will never pay money for her because I just lost what I was going to say. She will remain my dog. They won't pay for her because they're going to pay for all of her care and they are giving me flexibility. I don't like Guardian Homes because it is a backyard breeder. It's a doodler concept. Doodle people do that so they can own 800 dogs and just not have them in their house. Do you do more of the champion titles and sires to sport title dogs? So, Haley, in our breed, we are very lucky that we have maintained the duality of our dogs. Our dogs have stayed to be hunting and show dogs, while Ellie particularly is not. Most that is my goal for my dogs, right? My goal is that as many of my dogs as possible, not all, but as many, it will be champions with field titles and obedience titles. We have an award called a Rusty Jones Award, where a dog has a championship, a club hunting title of a WC or better, and a companion dog, which is a obedience novice title. And my goal is to have all of my dogs that I breed be Rusty Jones dogs. That has not been the case yet, but it is, I'm growing, right? I'm growing and it will happen. I have bred dogs that don't have championships. I breed them based on their field ability and their work ability and their temperament. I am moving away from that because I have more flexibility now and I can. So does that answer your question, Hallie? Like, I bred Flame without her championship, but she had been hunted over, and she was lovely. Do you ever give a dog to... Absolutely. I sell them. I don't give them, but yes, I do, Danny. Most of my dogs are in pet homes. The vast majority of my puppies are in pet homes. But I've bred untitled dogs, but I don't think that I have to do that going forward anymore. If that makes sense, right? Like Flurry was a lovely dog. Flurry and Flame suffered from COVID, and then by the time it was time to get them out, neither of them wanted to get out, so that was fine. But both had been hunted, as I say, in the wild. They had been hunted, and so that to me was good, and I had other people evaluate them before I made the decision to breed them. All of my dogs are in pet homes, Danny. My dogs are first and foremost pets. Because if you hunt with them, you're going to hunt with them maybe 40 days a year. You're going to live with them the rest of the time. If you do sports with them, that's maybe 10% of their lives, and the rest of the time they're going to be in your house as a pet. We're squashing whose dreams, Victoria? Oh, Callie's? We're not squashing. Callie is awesome. Ellie, come here. Ellie. They're all fired up tonight. Ellie, sister, please stop. She goes, no, I'm not gonna. You wish you could hunt 40 days a year? Right. And what does your dog do the rest of the time? He's your pet. He is your pet. And then there will come a point where you won't hunt them or show with them anymore. And then they are your pet 24/7. And you're like, oh, we're all going to sleep. I have to get Moss over. Yeah, we all have to start somewhere. I can show you my first Springer as an adult, and he was just sort of a genetic train wreck. Great dog, but took a lot of work to get him that way. And he was a rescue. I mean, I'll tell you, you scratch the surface of most ethical breeders, and they started with a mixed breed dog, a poorly bred dog, or a rescue. And most of us still have one. I don't at this point, but most people still have one. Or are still working with rescue in some capacity. Beanies, they're so cute, aren't they? There are 5 puppies, but number 4 is laying over there. Look at her. And what you're doing, Melissa, is super hard, but it's so smart. Taking that moment and waiting. Over there? No, that's Mossy. She said, I eeping over here. And I'll move her back over here because I can't control temperature in that side of the whelping box. And so I will move them over here to sleep at night. It will be worth it. It will be worth it. I mean, I was super lucky with Jasper. When we started looking for Jasper, I figured I'd be looking for a dog for 2 years. And I got very lucky. Like, uncharacteristically lucky. But, yeah, oops, you just need to get through college, my friend. Okay, so everybody has nail polish on their bottoms, right? They all have nail polish. There is Nori. There's Victor. That's Echo. I knew, and that is Jenna. Mossy has orange on her butt. But this little girl, she says, look at my face. Jenna's the only one with this face. She says, I got the face. I cute. Are you cute? And Nori has no markings. Nori has a plain face. Victor, come here, turd boy. Victor has the littlest white on it. He's like, why for you bother me? Has the littlest white. Come here, Echo. Echo also has just 8 hairs, but basically has a plain face. And then Mossy has that little bit of white on her head. I feel like I missed somebody. I did somebody wrong. Yeah, no, I guess not. It's just a kiss. Yeah, we call it, hey, Northgate, how are you? There's your puppy. So we call it Jasper's kiss because Jasper was one of my dogs and he put that kiss on all of his puppies' foreheads. These puppies are Jasper grandbabies because Ellie is a Jasper daughter. So he kissed some of his grandchildren too. He is gone now. We lost him to cancer last year. So yeah. Yeah, you do. And then, oops, you circle back and call me and I'll find your puppy anywhere you want. Because Victor's a star. Oh, that was weird. I think somebody just butt dialed me. Hey, Faith. Oh, actually, I think Oops is going to veterinary school, right? Or are you going to go to be a vet tech? I misunderstood. You do miss every other live. And I was just thinking, you're doing both? You're going to be a vet tech first, then go to vet school? That's fair. And somebody's over there inhaling a bowl of food. They are super precious. So what I do is, have you been working like crazy? That's too bad. So what I do is I feed my girl 4 times a day, and then I leave a bowl full of food down at all. Do you, or have you ever line bred before? Yes. Yes to Tollers and yes to Spaniels. Absolutely. I have line bred both Tollers and Spaniels. Line breeding in Spaniels is what helped us eliminate, in Springers, as what allowed us to virtually eliminate epilepsy in the breed. Responsible line breeding. Jasper is pretty heavily bred on a couple of dogs, and Jasper's son Pele is also heavily bred on those dogs. And the advantage of that is, that's just what I was about to say. The advantage of that is consistency. You know what you're going to get. And so I bred Flurry out. So Flurry is really outside of all of my dogs. She is not related to anything else I have. And that Flurry is now, by Flurry, Nami. I bred Sadie out in my last 2 litters to her. No, that's not true. I bred Sadie out once, and I bred Ellie out once. Now I will bring them back and breed them back to my stuff to tighten up and lock in the things that I like. Hopefully. I mean, that's the theory. Is that you go out, you get some new blood, and then you bring them back and lock it in by breeding to your own stuff again. You know, that's it depends, Haley. It depends. I know I owned a dog. Do I want to say this? I owned a dog whose sire was an intentional brother-sister cross. I will tell you that I think a brother-sister cross is really tight. Pele is an aunt and uncle. I mean, uncle to grand niece or uncle to niece. Uncle to niece. Pele is uncle to niece. Were they half siblings? No, they were full. They were full sibling from 2 different litters. Do I have any gamer owners? What do you mean? Yeah, like I was given that puppy and I didn't know a lot about him. And while he was healthy and his sire was healthy, the sire threw a lot of cataracts, and I'm sure that's why. But I never bred that dog. People in terriers do sibling and father to, yeah, and I think you have to be really careful there. Do you mean like role players or war gamers or video gamers? I don't know the question, or I don't know the question. Yeah, Jasper went back to his brother's daughter, Daisy, and that's how we got Pele. And Pele, Pele breeds true, man. Pele breeds very true. And my plan is, at this point, to breed Pele to Nami, because Nami is wide open. Like, she's just, who knows what she's going to throw. But I did a really tight line breeding, and they say only half siblings, yeah. Yeah, I mean, siblings is very, very tight, and I wouldn't do it. I don't know enough about these dogs. I just wouldn't do it. I think it's too tight. Yeah, no, that might work for you, Faith. Nami's mohawks are retired. Yeah, I hope so. Are required? They are not required. No mohawk. What do you mean by tight? Tight means that they're very, very close. That genetically they're very, very close. That's what tight means. Hello, Beanie. Hello. But Pele breeds true. Pele is very closely bred. He's very tightly line bred. But he breeds true, and he breeds true because of that. So my hope is to have him cover Nami, and that will bring some of that back. So, do your dog show no inbreeding? I have to fly to Michigan only to breed Nolly. Oh, that's cool, Faith. Do they show no inbreeding? I don't know what that means. Are my dogs healthy? Yes. Well, I always breed to type. Regardless if it's an outcross or not, I always breed to type. Because I have a style, and that's what I want to keep. Do they show any issues with their line breeding? No. It's like super carefully done. I don't know what that means. Danny. COIs and tollers, which is coefficiency of inbreeding, which is like what percentage of, like an EMBARK test, EMBARK, where they show. Okay, number 1, EMBARK is bullshit. I'm going to stop you right there. Do not use EMBARK as a standard for anything within dogs, because by 3 generations, EMBARK will tell you that a mixed breed dog is a pure breed dog. So no, I don't even know what that means. I've never read an EMBARK test once in my life, and I will never test my dogs with EMBARK. I don't know what they're showing with inbred on EMBARK. Yeah. EMBARK is for doodlers to track color. Yeah, but it's not the right, but Faith, it's not a good COI. That's what I'm saying. It's not a valid COI. Embark's COI is not valid because they don't have enough dogs in the gene pool to establish that. They don't have enough dogs in the gene pool. So Embark, they are great salesmen. Super great salesmen. I'll never use them. Never. When they first came out, I was kind of into it. I was like, oh, really? Because I thought they were mapping the entire genome. Yeah, see, that's exactly it, Faith. I thought they were tracking the entire genome, and I was like, wow, that'd be really cool to breed to test sire and dam to see how much genetic shift there has been. But they don't. They have like 13 markers, and that's it. I think they have 13 markers that they compare to. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but Embark really chaps my ass. I don't like them. Yeah, I would have Faith. I know. I understand. Yeah, they are great salesmen. How do we get COI? Just through Breed Archive? Through Breed Archive. I prefer to test UC Davis, right? UC Davis, okay, whoa. How do we get COI? Right now, we're still on paper COIs through the Breed Archive, Nicole. There are other programs that you can buy to do it, but they're no better than the Breed Archive. Yeah, we use UC Davis for all of our stuff. Except for degenerative encephalopathy that we go to Missouri. Do you think their DNA test is okay for casual curiosity? Yeah, I think so, as long as you don't put any weight on it. I don't breed dogs at all. Yeah, okay. I think for fun, Hallie, it's like getting a 23andMe. Yeah, exactly, Faith. Exactly. I bet if I had been his breeder, I would have had a heart attack. Part of our puppy package at the vet includes a wisdom panel, which is just like Embark. Well, that's... Yay. I don't know. I can't speak for it. We use... UC Davis has a Toller panel, and that is peer-reviewed, published research, and so we use them, and like I said, we use University of Missouri for one test. I used to use Paw Print, and what is Paw Print now? Gensol. I used to use them, but UC Davis is just cheaper. Would you find it a red flag? A puppy parent viewers coming to you from Embark? I don't know any reputable Toller people that are using Embark. I don't know any reputable people that rely on Embark. So it would never happen. It would never happen. I don't know if that answers your question, because I think that's what you're asking. I would never breed a dog whose testing comes from Embark. I pay for the tests I need and their swabs, but I want... Right. I'm good with the swabs. That doesn't bother. Rage's breeder used to like it till they kept having dogs pop up for things. Right, exactly. So, and then I had a puppy who... one of Sadie's puppies fell up the stairs and her brain swelled a little bit, and she was doing things that looked like early degenerative myelopathy, which freaked me out. And so as they're rushing her to the ER, I'm looking for my test results because I had her tested for DM before she came here because Jasper was a carrier and I couldn't find her results, and I was freaking the F out. And then I called her breeder in Canada and explained what happened. I said, Till, do you still have your results? And God love her, that woman had Sadie's results in like 5 minutes. She pulled them up and went, there they are, she is clear. It turned out that was an accident, and that's why she was doing that, but... Okay, let me come back here. I'm sorry, really, maybe they have some adopted mutt that comes back somewhat taller. But... I mean, I don't know what that means. Like, yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't bother. Is that a red flag? No. Am I going to breed to that dog? Also, no. Some breeds do use Embark for specific things. No, that's fair, Danny. I don't care what your mixed breed dog is, as long as it's not going to hurt my puppy, as long as it's well trained, well socialized, vetted, up to date on all of its stuff. I don't care what kind of what your rescue dog is at all. I mean, like it doesn't bother me. And if Embark says it's 100% Toller and we know it's a mix, I also don't care. If you have a dog that you love and it's in your house, and the dog is well trained, they are very good at color genetics. If they have a dog in their house that they love and it is well trained and it's not going to abuse my puppy, I'm good. A lot of people I know have other dogs before they get mine. You did the breeder panel, not the breed. Yeah, they do. They're really good on color genetics. They're so good on that. That's why the Toller people, the Doodle people love them. And there are some tests that they do that nobody else does. But I think it's, they only test on, is that right? Is that right? They don't test on, it's not a full genetic panel. They're only just doing certain strands. Someone came to me back here. No, absolutely not, Danny. Absolutely not. I would never turn them down for having a backyard bred dog. People learn and they develop, right? If you're going to tell me that I'm going to go get another one, we might have a conversation. But no, I got this dog and now I know what I really want in my next dog. Yeah, of course. Look at you beanies. Oh, so beanies. But it is now midnight and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin because no, absolutely not, Danny. Absolutely not. It will not hurt your chances of getting a well-bred dog. What you should do with the golden that you have is while you're looking for a dog and waiting, do some titles with that dog. Get it a CGC, get it a CGCA, a CGCU, get it a trick dog title. Do things like that with your dog so you show that you're serious about owning a dog. That matters more than where you got the dog. Of all my paranoias, Dylan, cross-contaminating swabs is not mine. That is not my paranoia. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. A lot of us have started that way. Oh, no beanie. All right, sports fans, it's midnight. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. I have been up since 6 o'clock this morning and drove about 9 hours. You could do a lot of things on video. Because if she is reactive and nervous, a trick title would be really good for her because you can do it at home and it would be good for her. Because it'll build it'll build her confidence. There you go. All right, I'm going to be out of here. Everybody take care, be kind to each other, and I will talk to you later. We will do puppy mush in the morning.